Good morning and namaste, my friend. Welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac Weather. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the sensei to Serious Joy, here to stand in my heart each day and walk in the light. Such a pleasure to walk by your side. I'm love casting live in 5 dimensions on this beautiful oceanic temple of Gaia. Say that 5 times. On Tuesday, February 24th, 2015. And today I've chosen this aquatic scene above water because after 4 days of being underwater with Pisces, today, step 5 rules the day. So today is when we pop our head above the subconscious, and that's because our mind, literally our head, is what wants to rule the day. So thoughts, the mind rules, and this is where we put together all the pieces of the last 4 days. Now, if you're just catching on to the story, we're diving into our subconscious this month with the sun in Pisces. Everyone is diving into their subconscious, but everyone uses their subconscious somewhere different in their life. That's kind of how it divides up. So in the last 4 days, we've been entering into the sea, and if you've been watching my show, you know, hitting some emotional turbulence, exposing old fears, and exposing ghosts that we want to say goodbye to. Today, we finally start to put the pieces together and feel on top of the water, where we can kind of sail through on some certain ideas. So today, with Mercury or the mind ruling the day, I think it's a great day to connect. I think it's a great day to reach out and touch someone, not to toot AT&T's horn. And I think it's a good day to listen to your thoughts. In fact, let's start our day with the phrase of the day. I am mindful of my thoughts today and aware of my new connections. I'm mindful of my thoughts. What does that mean? That means I'm going to watch my thoughts go by today. I'm not going to react to my thoughts. I'm just going to watch them go by. So if you just thought about killing the kids, and then you just thought about killing your dog, and then you just thought about killing your mother, I just thought about killing my entire family. That's how you react, which is a Pisces reaction, by the way. That's what we want to do. Pisces allows us to put our hands behind our back and just observe. So today, that's what we want to do. We want to observe our thoughts, see what's going on there in that smart ass of ours, right? And aware of new connections. Like, oh, I never put those 2 things together. Oh, I never saw those 2 things together. Oh, I never put those 2 together, right? So it's by quieting the mind with the normal rhetoric, giving it a new intention to watch itself. You have to tell it to watch itself. And then being aware of new little, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. This is really what today is about. But because today's a step 5 day in Pisces, when we put together new connections, it's from our subconscious flow. And so the new connections that we're able to put together are profound. People born in step 5 Pisces can channel genius information. That mind connected with God brings a clarity like no other. The kind of clarity Einstein had, as I pointed out a couple days ago. So today we want to be mindful of our thoughts. I am mindful of my thoughts, and I am aware of my new connections. And so it is. I thought so. By the way, new connections also include people. So if you meet someone today, could have a spiritual reason indeed. Today's step 5 rules the day, and the architecture of incarnation is as follows. We're in the first 10 days of the transit, so this is what we are mindful of. And so we've come to the 5, I think, of the mindful sector. So this is the mind really coming together. And because we're in the subconscious sea in Pisces all the time, at least this 30 days, today the mind allows us to finally have navigation of these waters and understand where we are and where we aren't. Okay? And that's very helpful when you're lost at sea, right? So the next time we see 5 come up is in the second decan at 15, where the mind comes on board to completely harmonize the situation and bring peace to it. So you will see us having peace brought to your life at the next 5. Then at the final 5, we log into God by feeling our thoughts. In other words, we hand our mind over to our emotions for control and let our feelings run the show, which is often what's going on anyways. Most people with mind issues that I read in charts, they think they have problems with their mind, they have problems with their feelings that are always freaking with their mind. So looking at the chakras today, we are up in the crown. So you definitely want to ground, okay? And that means, it's easy to get out of your body. It's easy to forget to eat. It's easy to slip out of your routine because we are literally on another plane. That keeps going down the red when I program it to yellow. But the I think yellow, and that's just God help me out with the grounding, I guess, because I was moved that light up to yellow. I don't know how many times I hit save. I cannot tell you. But yellow is actually where I think is, and yellow is where I feel is. And this is why thoughts and feelings are such powerful colleagues. They can collaborate. They can fight. It goes around and around. So it is yellow and purple today, my friend. That will get you through the day. So let's take a look at the timing of things in our cosmic clock. So, looking at the planets in the cosmic clock, God is putting energy into step 5 Pisces. And as you can see by that big box there, it's not just the Sun, it's also Neptune. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we're in full conjunction Neptune right now, which means not only is it time to put a holy moment together, but the holy of all holies, Neptune, is amping the signal to infinity and beyond. So it is possible to go way out there right now if you want to, or if your mind lets go, I suppose. Now the moon is at step 10. Step 10 Aquarius. Now where does that take us? It takes us back, actually. Back to where we were when we were trying to figure out where we belong. So although we are way up in the clouds with God in the Pisces consciousness, our minds are actually just now putting together where we belong. So today I think you will be clear on where you belong, what you love and trust and what you don't love and trust, and that's part of the exploration and the fun. Then we have the Black Liliths, which are haunting everyone, and they are at step 10 Virgo right now. So we have the potential of manifesting fearlessness, or we have the potential of manifesting more fears. Kind of depends how or which way you go in your daily life. Now, we're the Sun in Pisces, and you know my magic words, it's okay. So basically, the only way to get by the witches and the ghosts and anything else that's coming up is to say, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, and just walk past it, basically. This is how we pass open windows. This is how we either manifest the solution or we manifest another booby trap, all right? And this is a booby trap that we set for ourselves, and we come back here and it snaps. And of course, I can tell when the booby traps might be snapped, based on when they were laid and created. So today, what would you be creating booby traps from? Not being able to forgive yourself, booby traps of not being connected to God consciousness or having a connection to your soul. Remember, it's mind, body, and soul. A lot of people just living in the mind and just in the body. So any sort of thing like that, it could be a trap. On the other hand, get past these witches one time, and you will feel fearless. So definitely, you got it in you. Go for it. Do not be intimidated by old ghosts or fears at this time. It will just create a booby trap for later. There he is. The moon in Taurus is further manifesting from our behaviors right now. So a lot of what you're doing, however you respond to yourself, is turning into tomorrow. How we be is what comes. So when the moon's in Taurus or there's other step 10 energy on board, what we be really is what comes. So we can be fearless once again, or we can be full of fear. Then that little glow is because Mars and Venus have been together making love in the corner in Aries. So there's a lot of fiery sexual energy and fertility on the planet. If you didn't notice, put that moon in Taurus and emotions are even further fertile. Now the point here is that the two lovers there are going to stumble across Uranus and are in fact threatening the square. Okay, this square, of course, between Pluto and Capricorn and Uranus and Aries. The square is at step 14. Step 14 adds to a mind, a change of mind, okay, based on changing how we belong. So we belong on one level, and then we change our mind, and we belong on a higher level. So we're all caught in control issues and old ego issues. And the old ego issues are getting liquored up by Mars and Venus right now, which means our ego will probably be the side that slips, the side that goes, okay, I lost, okay. And that means we may have to kind of say that But that's also simultaneously part of the Pisces energy, which is and return to God. It's okay with God. You're okay with Spirit. Spirit don't care when you screw up. Spirit don't care when you're a jackass. Spirit don't care about that stuff. So we get tied to it. We're getting liquored up. This I then think will free control issues up in Capricorn. So this is all little fireworks display. They can go off anytime in your life between now and the next 10 days, I would say. Kind of depends on the timing of your own manifestations. Then, oh, oops, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Sorry. Then we have, okay, today the sun is at step 5, and I wanted to point out that it is crossing Neptune. So Neptune is basically the modem that logs us into God consciousness, and so we are logging in. And today with step 5, we are logging in. This is the step of some genius artists, some real poets, etc., etc., etc. And so this is us really logging in a very God-conscious way. So this is a day of putting the pieces together, and I think we put it together by bowing our ego and being grateful. Gratitude is the attitude of receiving. Then tomorrow, step 6 is I give and receive. So if we put it together today and we bow, tomorrow Gemini is the moon. So after the moon, after Gemini, or I think rules our whole heart, tomorrow it rules our emotions. So you can see that what we think today and what we conclude today will be carried out tomorrow as the way we think it is. Okay? And again, the sun is creeping up on step 7, and that's when it will dead conjunct Neptune. We'll have a whole show on that, of course, coming up. But let's talk about a little bit of Pisces and survival in the Sensei Sunrise. So here we are, a ship at sea, and today I'm doing a little feature called Survivor's Guide to Pisces. This is Survivor's Guide to Pisces. And by Survivor's Guide, I mean it is for if you're a Pisces, how to survive. If you're in a Pisces transit, which is what we're in right now, so how to survive this transit. And if you're dating a Pisces, how to survive. This is a three-dimensional exploration, and I put it down in some simple tips. Tip number 1, what happens in Pisces stays in Pisces. Okay, and that is true. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're dating a Pisces, it means don't worry. They're not gonna, they're not gonna tell you about your little affair with them, but they're also not gonna tell you about their little affair with other people. That is the Pisces of what happens in Pisces stays in Pisces. But on a more practical sense, it means that the energies that you are exploring right now are not reality. It's your subconscious. It's what could happen. It's what has happened, but it's not necessarily what will continue to happen. So don't worry, whatever you're experiencing this next 30 days, even the spiritual parts of ascension, you must maintain it consciously through the year. So what happens in Pisces stays in Pisces. The hauntings won't last more than 30 days. But the subconscious is basically designed to stay subconscious unless you ignore it. That's the weird thing. So if you make aware your subconscious once a year and don't ignore it, your subconscious does not sabotage you. If you ignore your subconscious and don't address it, then it tends to self-sabotage you somewhere in your life, and you find it in the worst, most embarrassing ways. Step 2, it's all good. That's a Pisces motto. It's all good, baby. It's all good. What that means is Pisces energy is continually non-judgmental. No judgment. It's okay is my phrase. It's all good is Pisces' phrase. Pisces energy is non-judgmental. So go with the flow. You get away with it. You let yourself off the hook in every shape or way. If you're dating a Pisces, you don't judge it. You let it be exactly as it is, the relationship, and let it flow organically. Pisces don't judge you, really. Now, sometimes it's because they have a lot of guilt they're dealing with, but they don't tend to judge. They tend to be very okay with you, and that's why it's great to feel be in front of a Pisces. Pisces energy is non-judgmental, but of course, there is always a don't ask, don't tell policy going on in the Pisces energy too. If you don't want to know, don't ask. That's kind of the truth with the subconscious too, right? Then step 3 to a survivor's guide to Pisces is, and I've said this before, but now it's part of our survivor's guide, patience is key. Now, patience is key with Pisces, literally, because Pisces are almost always, always, always late, okay? But also, patience is key because spiritual shift actually takes Earth time. So we may come to a quantum decision in our life or a quantum hallelujah in our spiritual self, but it takes time for that to bubble into our minds, and it takes time for it to go into our bodies, and it takes time. So you must be patient and okay with being patient, and do something else while you're waiting for whatever. If you're dating a Pisces or going through the transit, or you are a Pisces, you have to be patient with yourself. All right. Step 4. Pisces is heaven in front of you. Pisces is heaven in front of you. And this actually goes to a story with my sensei once, where I think I've shared it many times before, where I was, caught up on a Pisces' energy, and I was like, oh, but they feel so good and they're so sweet. And she was like, whoosh, they all feel sweet. They're Pisces. It's like, oh, okay, you're right, sensei, you're right. That's true. So it's like they all feel heavenly. They are the crystal to the other side, and heaven is in their eyes, and they do have heavenly eyes, and a lot of Pisces have big, beautiful, Palladian looking eyes, So Pisces is heaven in front of you. Now, for those who are dating Pisces, we'll talk about this, but it's like they are showing you what heaven is, not necessarily meant to be your pocketbook heaven. I think that's where we get stuck in Pisces. And I think Pisces are heaven for other people, but then they aren't heaven for themselves. And that's where you have your alcoholic and detached Pisces and Pisces who won't connect. So the point is to identify what heaven is. That's it. That's it. I mean, yes, it exists, and yes, it's on earth, and yes, 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 right? That's what we need, is that reaffirmation of our faith that heaven does exist. And that's what Pisces are, God's service providers, running around the earth, logging in for people, putting their hands on people's shoulders when those people are most at the wall or ready to fall off. No one really sees the work of Pisces. I do. I see you all doing your work. I see your value in wherever you are. So they float in, they reconnect, they float out. They're fishies. But the point is to identify the heaven you feel and recreate it for yourself through the air. I think that's the point of Pisces. And then my 5th and final point, enjoy them while you got them, because they will swim away. Pisces also are people who are very much caught between lifetimes. So Pisces are also often the shell or the sign that our past life lovers are in, or our past life soulmates are in. Pisces are often between lifetimes when they run up and say hi to us. So one thing guaranteed about Pisces energy, it will change. So if this is a hellish time for you right now, this transit, it will change. That is guaranteed. And if you're enjoying it, enjoy it. If you got a Pisces, enjoy them while you got them, because it will change. They will change. They will swim on. And it is kind of that reminder of heaven, not necessarily that guarantee. I think Pisces are misfairly judged because society expects them to swim in a forward, straight path all their lives, and that is not all their nature. They're always two fish going both ways. And I will say, it's like if you're dating a Pisces, realize they're always looking at the exit, and there usually is someone else they have their mind on. They're just two fishies. It's true. I've known them pretty well. It's almost like they have to keep one in storage for their emotional security. But it's those two fishes. It's the way things go. So in today's 11:11 in the Sirius Joy Network, I will text you in the AM, what state of is your mind prejudiced towards? So everyone's mind is prejudiced towards one state. Like our mind is always taking care of our feelings, or really our mind's always, plug it into the subconscious. Like it's always going back to one default state. And that's what I'll tell you yours is. And then at 3:03 p.m., what state does your mind report to? So your mind will choose in astrology, in the step astrology, your mind chooses one state to listen to and one state to actually report to. And sometimes those are the same, and sometimes those aren't. You'll find out today in the Sirius Joy Network. Now, if you'd like to try 30 days of Sirius Joy and this sort of like Littlewood text along with me giving you inspiration through the day, come to SiriousJoy.me. It's just $19.95 and easy to sign up. And it starts March 1st. So hurry up if you are interested. All right, folks, we're going to have a little break. When I come back, we'll do your zodiac weather and the rock and roll gospel after this. Introducing Secrets of Birthdays. Bow chicka bow wow. Are you ready to find love? Bow chicka bow wow. Your secrets are coming out. Bow chicka bow wow. All those sexy secrets are available at secretsofbirthdays.com. Bow chicka bow wow, baby. Welcome back to Namaste Today. And now, on to our rock and roll gospel. As you probably know, my 3 ingredients for serious joy are love, laughter, and song. So I believe you can sing a song out loud at least once a day. It'll bring your heart. It is something that God built into the system. And because we're in Pisces energy, we're in some of those musical territories that are quite genius. Remember we talked about George F. Handel, who was a step 5 Pisces. Well, today, another one, George Harrison. George Harrison's actually a step 6 Pisces, which means he has easy going and easy flowing with God and creativity. Step 6 is also potential for genius, particularly creative genius. So George Harrison actually was one of my favorite Beatles, obviously, and he wrote their song, Here Comes the Sun. It's such a beautiful song, so spiritual. Do-do-do-do. It always will make you happy listening to that song. So listen to the song. It'll totally cheer you up if you need a little cheer me up. But before you do, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters today. And I'm going to give you a little astro assistance as always, helping you thinking forward with. So remember, Mercury is all the way back at our belonging. So what are we thinking forward with from this point forward? What have we figured out and what are we moving forward with? Starting with the Scorpios. Sunny and sentimental today for the Scorpions, but you were thinking forward finally with home and family changes ahead. So thinking forward with home and family. Step 1 is the Leo, sunny and professional today at the moon in Taurus. And you are thinking forward with long-term relationships and unions right now after a long retrograde, eh? Step 2, the Cancer, sunny and social today. Thinking forward with lifestyle and health changes. So you are ready now to make the change. Step 3 is the Sagittarius, is sunny and super sharp today. Thinking forward with a new attitude and new deals or connections in place. Step 4, the Aquarius is sunny, nesting, and resting at home most likely, but thinking forward with new character now and their birthday action plans. Step 5, the Geminis, sunny and spiritual today, but they are thinking forward with a new understanding of their life, a new context, and that leads to life purpose. Step 6, the Librans, sunny, private, withdrawn today, but they're thinking forward with love affairs and creative projects, so they're in the background, probably daydreaming. Step 7, the Pisces, sunny and chit-chatty if you bump into a fish. Happy birthday, fish. You are thinking forward with new faith inside and your soul's next calling. Next calling. Remember, Pisces always moving. Step 8, the Capricorns. You are sunny and childlike today with the moon in Taurus. And you are thinking forward with 2 of your favorite topics. No wonder you're so damn happy. Money and productivity. Those make a Capricorn happy. Step 9, the Aries, sunny and productive today. Thinking forward, though, with social plans and friendships where you will belong and not belong. Step 10 is the Taurus, is the manifester, sunny and cool with the moon in their sign. But thinking forward with career and their future plans. That's so true. It seems like forever I've been in a career transit. Step 11 is the Virgo, sunny and learning today, but you are thinking forward with your lifestyle and your health requirements that you intend to implement. All right, let's move on to Lightwalker Parade. What do we have shining bright? Well, first, if you're on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. It helps us with our relationship. And on Facebook, you can be our friend by navigating to soulgarden.me. And if you join our email list, I'll send you a little good morning in the morning in your email box. And don't forget, if you want 30 days of serious joy and some daily inspiration, you've never had a service like this. Trust me, it's just $19.95. Navigate to SeriousJoy.me. Modern Mommy's had another hit with GMO apples. Find out what they're doing with your apples and apple juice with Modern Mommy's. And if you haven't noticed, I've released a new Sensei Sunrise playlist. So this playlist cuts out just the sunrises, just the wisdom, Of course, they're searchable, and it's a way to go and look at what I said without having to dig through all the shows. So just my soul service to create some wisdom that is always there and easy to get to off the shelf. And as always, the kindest thing you can do is refer us to your friends and family. A referral from you is something they trust. It's a way to connect to another person and see your heart connection right there. So we are so grateful ahead of time for you spreading the word. All right, my friends, that's all I have for 24 hours. Remember, I love you, and live, love, be.
This is just so ironic.